Hey, greetings everyone. Welcome back to Sean's Irish Whiskey Shelf. Got 4 bottles here this evening that we're going to talk about and taste. As always, don't forget to look me up on Facebook if you happen to be on that social media platform. Look for Sean's Irish Whiskey Shelf. I'd love to have you check it out and we can chat on there. Tell me about what you're drinking, what you enjoy, what you don't enjoy. Tell me what you liked about my videos or didn't like. Constructive criticism is always great. Also, don't forget Irish Whiskey Fans of America. Great Facebook page. Lots of super information. And if you like Irish whiskey, you definitely want to check out that page as well. So, what I have for you this evening, first of all, is an apology. My last episode, episode 17, we talked about single grain whiskey. And if you go back far enough to episode 7, we're also talking about single grain whiskey. So I kind of duplicated 2 videos there, and I very much apologize for that. I was just getting in kind of a routine. Wanted to pick up single grain right after single malt, and I didn't bother to go back and look and see. So that's on me, folks. I'm very sorry, but we're going to make up for it this evening. So of the 3 bottles I have here, one of them is brand new. I picked up this bottle, the Quiet Man 8-year single malt, 8-year-old single malt. We'll get it right. Picked this up last week, and I haven't tasted it yet, so we're going to taste it together. I've had the standard Quiet Man, so Tullamore D.E.W is my normal every night with my cigar glass of whiskey. So this is a blend. Obviously, Tullamore D.E.W is a blend. Quiet Man is a blend. So we'll put those side by side. And then Quiet Man 8-year single malt, we'll compare that to the Limavady single malt. You may recall from the single malt video that Limavady and the Drumshanbo Galanta 2022 edition and the Bushmills 10 were all some of the best single malts that I have. So really, they're very close. So we'll put the Quiet Man up against the Limavady. But first, let's get everything started. And one more thing I do want to mention. You know, when I try these Irish whiskeys for you, I'm always doing it neat or without ice. As I've always said on these videos, your mileage may vary. You might enjoy them with a little bit of ice in them. I do. If I'm going out to my lounge and smoking my cigar and having my Irish whiskey, I tend to put a little bit of ice in there. Keeps it cold, and that ice, the water as the ice melts, just kind of opens up the whiskey a little bit. So I'm giving you, with these taste tests, the absolutely unwatered down opinions or tastes. But once you throw a little bit of ice in there, it can mellow it out and change the taste a little bit. So, all right, first up, Tullamore D.E.W. We've talked about Tullamore D.E.W before. Like I said, it's my every night. So let's get this on the taste buds and refresh our memories. Not like I need a lot of refreshing, but this is good stuff. Yes, sir. Tullamore D.E.W. Nothing wrong with that drop of whiskey right there. Now, Quiet Man. So this is a whiskey that I hadn't heard of until we moved out here. I'm originally from the East Coast, and now I'm in the Midwest. And the state where I live in, whiskey sales are pretty strictly regulated by the state. So stores can only sell what the state will buy for the stores. And as it turns out, Quiet Man is one that my state keeps in stock at their warehouse. So Quiet Man is distilled at the Quiet Man Distillery up in County Kerry, Northern Ireland. As I say, this is a blend, and you are looking at 80%. Yep, standard blend. Most blended whiskeys are at 80%, 40 proof. The Quiet Man refers to the gentleman who's running the operation now, the distillery. His father was a bartender. The gentleman that's running it now is Kieran Mulgrew, and his father was John Mulgrew. He was true to the code and told no tales. So this is named for his father, or if I get this right here, they put right on the front, the Quiet Man stands for Anfar Kewin. So, or Anfar Kewin stands for the Quiet Man. All right, enough yapping. I talk too much sometimes. Let's just drink some whiskey. All right, so for this one, it is a blend. Both of these are blends, but I think the Quiet Man is going to have a little bit more single malt in its blend. I definitely get that malted taste, which I do not get at all in Tullamore D.E.W. Not a big fan of the malted taste, so that's a little bit of a put off for me, but I mean, it's not bad. It's a smooth whiskey. I would still take the Tullamore D.E.W over the Quiet Man, though. If you like a blend that has a little bit more of that malted taste, then you're definitely going to like Quiet Man more than Tullamore D.E.W. Like I said, it's not objectionable as far as the burn, as far as the aftertaste. It's got good body to it. Just has a little too much of that malted taste for a blend, at least in my palate. All right, Quiet Man, 8-year-old single malt Irish whiskey. As you can expect, this will probably have a little bit more of that malted taste to it. This is also 80 proof, 40% alcohol, so they keep it right in line together. So let's give this a try, see how this comes out. So right away, even as I'm bringing it up, and I can, get the smell of the whiskey, I know it's going to be a single malt because it's got that characteristic. But I'm expecting it to be a single malt. And in spite of that, I actually think it tastes better than their normal Quiet Man. I think if given the choice between the two, I would take this one. And it's not terribly priced. I picked it up for just under $60. So you're not going to break the bank with it. You want to, try a single malt and you can find it. Maybe give it a shot. Let's check it out with the Limavady though. This is tough, folks. The Limavady, being a single malt, it's not quite as smooth, I don't think, as the Quiet Man. I think the Quiet Man has a little bit more smoothness to it. They both have that single malt taste, but I don't know, folks. So, I guess my honest opinion here, I think the Quiet Man 8-year has a little more of the malted barley taste. It is smoother, but I think in the long run, for me, I don't think the flavors pop out quite as much as the Limavady. The Limavady is, to me, it's not quite as smooth. It has a little bit more harshness to it. But the single malt taste isn't quite as strong. And when I drink Irish whiskey, I kind of want that little bit of punch to let me know that I'm drinking Irish whiskey. I'm not looking for it to be harsh, but I am looking for it to remind me that the drop that's in my glass is in fact Irish whiskey. I don't know. This is really tough, and this is 92 proof, so that probably is where some of that little bit of burn comes from. You'd expect something that's 92 to be a little bit more in your face with the alcohol than 80. So that's expected. But I think flavor profile overall, I don't think the Quiet Man is going to stack up to the Limavady, or by default then the Drumshanbo Galanta 2022 or the Bushmills 10 single malt. I absolutely would hold this above the Busker single malt, the Sexton single malt. Those are definitely beneath this as far as a flavor profile, smoothness, overall enjoyable. This is going to beat that. And remember, the Connemara is a single malt, but it's got that peated taste to it. Really smoky, really in your face. You know, pow, I'm peated, just like that. So if you have to like that to enjoy a Connemara. So I think this is not going to be a bad one, but I would not pick it over my other 3 single malts that I like. I think it's just not quite there. Almost, but not quite. And as far as the blend goes, the Quiet Man versus the Tullamore D.E.W, come on, man. Tullamore D.E.W. I mean, we're going to have to work to find something better than the Tullamore D.E.W. And we might. Come on now. I have some more blends up here we got to check. Lord Lieutenant Kinahan's, we got to check that. Busker, yeah, okay. Well, we'll see if Busker can hold its own as a blend. Those are 2. You've got plenty of others up here. There's Slane is up here that we're going to have to throw up against it. Prize Fight. So plenty. Finnegrins. This Finnegrins here. That's a local low price favorite here in my state. Air Gold. Air Gold is another one that's or Patty. We've got lots of blendeds that we can talk about that may or may not be better than Tullamore D.E.W. But it's going to take a little bit of work. I can tell you that. This by far still is my favorite blended. So anyway, I hope you got something out of this. If you did, please consider clicking that thumbs up button to like the video and subscribe so you don't miss any of my future videos. I try to do at least 1 a week. I'm probably going to do 2 this week just to make up for the duplicate that I did last week. I still feel bad about that. And as always, I hope you guys are out there enjoying your Irish whiskey. Love to know what you're drinking. Love to know how you like what you're drinking. And I'd love to know if you've tried anything that I've put up here and whether you agree or disagree. That would be fun to hear from you guys. So until we meet again later this week, it should be, I want you to be well and be safe. And as always, enjoy your Irish whiskey responsibly. And I will see you again. Sláinte. Bye now.